Hi, everyone. A few weeks ago, I ran a survey for moms. I asked them what was driving them crazy about their teenagers. And I had three possibilities. They added a fourth one. The one I proposed were the tone and the attitude, the laziness, and the fact that we have to repeat over and over and over for them to do something. And the last one that was added by a few moms was the fact that it seems that sometimes they leave their brain at home and they make their decisions without it. So I decided to create some free tapping sessions for each one of these scenarios. We did the one on the attitude a few weeks ago in my group, Facebook group. And today I did the one on laziness. So here I wanted to give you a few pointers, guidelines, and ideas to stop reacting so strongly to the fact that teenagers can be lazy. And if you want to go deeper, because it's like anything else, you react in life based on what you make the event, the situation, or the thing that is happening mean for you. You give it a meaning. You create. We are storytellers. We tell stories to ourselves 24/7 about everything. And in that case, you make the fact that they are lazy mean something for you, either about them. And like I said in today's session, it can resonate with some fears that you have regarding your teen or your way of parenting, society, etc., etc. And or you make it mean something about you, about their level of respect, about what you are to them, about their intention toward you, in the fact that they are lazy. In both cases, it doesn't help. If you get so aggravated, that means that the story that you're telling yourself is not working for you. That means that instead of leading you to be able to stay a guide for them, which is more or less what we are as parents when they get to be teenagers, we're like guides, we're impactors, not so much enforcers anymore. I mean, we enforce some rules, but we become way more, we give them more room to make their own decisions, because after all, what we want for them is to be functioning human beings in society with the ability to make the best decisions for them. So we give them a little bit more room to make mistakes, not dangerous ones, hopefully, but so that they can learn. And we try to guide them, impact them, have some kind of positive effect on them. So in both the scenarios that I talked about, the story that we make about the fact that they're lazy and the story that we make about ourselves, does not put us in our best potential to be that guide, to be in a more harmonious relationship with your teen. Quite the opposite. When we tell ourselves stories like that, our body reacts. And even if you don't announce it with our words, our tone can let them know how we feel. Even if we don't announce it with our tone, our body language, without us even realizing, can let them know how we stand, where we stand. And it's very subtle cues like expression, micro expression. You know, in the series, the police series, when you have forensic detectives and detectives who interview suspects or people, they know how to read I almost went Franglish on you, the face of the person. And there are certain micro expression when we lie, when we try to hide something, when we're mad, when we're loving, etc., etc. And even if we don't pick them up consciously, our brain is picking them up and our brain is interpreting them. So even if you're trying to be cool and non-reactive, not showing what you really think, trying to be perceived as patient, if you feel differently, that's going to be shown. And that's going to be felt with your energy, the biofield of your body, your energy. You're going to communicate something and they're going to react at the level at which you interact. So it's really crucial for us to be as neutral as possible, because I don't know if we can be positive about the fact that they're lazy. Maybe we can, but let's start with being neutral and start with identifying what story do you tell yourself about that. And sometimes it's not that obvious. I know that, and you can check that for free. In my last coaching session with my members, we worked on something like that. We worked on someone or some situation or something that is driving you nuts. And we really digged deep inside to uncover the reasons of our disproportionate reaction to an event or a person. And we really specifically went into hidden fears and what we call our shadow, all the parts of ourselves that we cannot admit about ourselves, all the things about us that we don't want the world to know, and that sometimes we don't even want ourselves to know about ourselves. That makes sense. Things we cannot admit. And very often, this is the exact reason why we react out of proportion. So I would encourage you to go check that out. Go on my website, Single Moms Doing It All, and see there is a free trial of the membership. You can take advantage of that and go check that specific coaching that we did in September, because that will give you even more information to work with that reaction to laziness. And for today, I just want to tell you, become aware of your story. What do you tell yourself about it? And change it. Sometimes you can do that. Sometimes, in most cases, you're going to have to first break the association between that laziness and that negative story that you're telling yourself, that negative emotional response that you're having. And that's why I did the tapping session that is absolutely free in my group today, Single and Doing It All, and I put the link in the description of this video so that you can go and work with that. Because as I was saying in that session, in my house, this is not something that lead us to recurring arguments, recurring confrontation, because this is something that I worked with and I was able to somehow deactivate a little bit, desensitize, so that I don't go crazy reacting to that. Of course, we're human beings, and there are days when you're overwhelmed, when you're overstressed, when you're overworked, when there was already 20 things with your day, your professional day, your day at work, etc., that went in a stressful way. So that's, in French, we say that's the drop that makes the vase overflow. In English, I think we say that's the, I forgot, that broke the straw that broke the camel's back. But in general, you can get to a place, and I promise you can, because I do, to a place where you don't get aggravated by it. So good luck working with that, and let me know here about your experience. Let me know in the video how the tapping changed your experience, your emotional response, the story you're telling yourself, and how it helped you to get to a more neutral emotion, to be able to create another story about it and start changing the wiring in your brain through the tapping so that you can identify, you can not identify. You can associate the laziness to something that is not driving you nuts, to something that is somehow kind of normal for teens. And it doesn't mean it should stay like that, but there is no need for us to overreact to something like that. So I hope it helps. Let me know. And I'm always here to answer your questions, create material for you on what you're struggling with. Have a wonderful week.